everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Leading I.E, your business podcast where we sit down with real minds that are building real businesses out there and as well creating a real impact here in the Inland Empire. I'm your host, Alondra Valencia, your CDMB, your cool digital marketing bestie. And today, I'm so happy and thankful that you are here. So I'm going to share this video with you to probably know that you care about growth, about your own, your community, and as well your business. And today's conversation is going to talk about that. Today, we're joined with Austin Coulson, the founder and CEO of ACU Web, a digital marketing agency who has been serving for more than 20 years to the Inland Empire. But Austin's stories is more than algorithms and websites. His story is about resilience, service, and building with purpose. Today we talk about how he started with his company, how he made it happen, and as well how he has been dealing with adversity moments and why he chose the Inland Empire to build something real. So if you're an entrepreneur, a creative, and as well probably just trying to figure out life, this episode is for you. Welcome, Austin, to your own podcast.
Thanks, I think.
Welcome to Leading I.E. This is our first guest, me as a host, but I know that technically this is your podcast.
I'm the 11th or 12th or 13th guest, actually.
First.
Yeah, but remember, it's my podcast.
But it's his podcast,
So originally it was my podcast, and I will still film episodes, but Alondra's stepping in to take in. She'll be doing a lot more interviews. I'll still be coming in occasionally, but she's really going to be running it and try to connect us with more people.
Yeah. And in today's, we're going to have the opportunity to actually go through Austin's story, to Austin.
I'm not sure I'm ready for this, but let's do it.
Great. So, Austin, tell us more about you. We want to know. So, tell us, who is Austin Coulson? I mean, if you want to start from the generics.
That's a deep question.
I know, it is.
I'm a father, family man. Son's 15. He's awesome. Been married to my wife for 20 years. I've had ACU Web for 20 years, so I've been a business person for 20 years. I do a lot with the chamber. I try to do a lot with the community. I'm the president of a nonprofit, Night for Vets, where we raise money for homeless veterans. So I like to get back to the community through that. I like rainy days and long walks on the beach.
Okay.
No, that's not real.
That's what everyone says, though.
That's what everyone says, exactly.
No, California.
I don't consider myself an artist, but I do like to paint and draw. I'm a creative person. I'm not a very dot the I's and cross the T's kind of person. I'm definitely more of a visionary, they kind of call it, which is just another term for ADD. Can't get the details right. It has the big ideas.
Yeah.
That's who I am, I think.
It's a deep question, but we just want to get a little bit info about you for the people out there don't know you, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a lot of them.
But you did say that you are a business owner. We know that it's on the Inland Empire, but where do you grow up?
Riverside. Right here in the Inland Empire, Riverside. Born and raised. Went to High Grove University North for the people that went here. Went to 2 weeks at RCC. Okay. That's my college experience.
Oh, great.
And then moved away for a little while. 5 years or something, came back, and I've been here for 20 years now again. So,
okay.
Yeah. So 5 out of my 45 years, I've not been in Riverside.
Great. So you have been here forever. Yep. You know the place. That's great. And you said that you went to RCC and then you left and then you come back. What gets you into deciding what you wanted to do?
I've always been kind of a computer nerd. In high school, I would go between the stoners playing hacky sack and playing video games in the computer lab with 4 other super nerds. So I've always been into computers. I've always been creative artistically. A few jobs. My first job was video game testing, but a few jobs in, I was literally doodling on a notepad, and some friends were like, "Hey, we're going to start a website company. You're creative. You want to join?" And we did. So that started the first kind of
idea
transition into doing this stuff.
And okay, so talking about that, I think we did an intro. What was it? Company? I mean, for all of you follow us, you know what ACU Web is. So you said you were interested in computers. These friends tell you to start a business. What was that experience, though?
That business was Villa de Luna, House on the Moon. It was House on the Moon, but it came from Villa de Luna. that experience was interesting. I didn't know anything about business. We didn't know anything about sales and marketing. A buddy had a good contract, like $10,000 a month for programming.
Okay.
So he paid all the bills.
Oh,
We slept on the floor. We didn't know how to sell. We did get some projects. We did some really neat stuff. I was there for about a year and then went off to do some other stuff. And then I came back a few years later.
How old were you there, by the way?
I was 21 or 2.
21, 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were like Mark Zuckerberg, just figuring it out.
No, well, I wish. Yeah, this would definitely be my podcast if it went that way. Okay, no, I was not stealing other people's social media ideas at the time.
No, but you were kind of trying to figure out. I mean, that's pretty entrepreneur-ish from your side.
We were. Some friends got me into it, and we were trying. Like we were doing sales. We were trying to go to chamber functions. We were trying to like learn what it meant, and we were getting some stuff, but it just wasn't a lot. So yeah. But we tried it.
After that, what happened? Like, did you continue? Did you? Move on?
I left. And then went and did some other jobs. I was like a VP of marketing for a computer hardware company. And then I was running a computer RAM sales website for a while. And then I was asked back to that company. It was called BizSeed by then. The name had changed. But back to that company where I was a sales manager. I was a sales manager for just a year or two. And I was selling, and we were doing okay on sales, but production wasn't structured well, and we weren't finishing our projects. I was burning bridges. I wasn't getting my commissions. People weren't happy. And when I talked to the owner, he said, your sales, don't worry about it. Production, don't worry about it. And I was like, I don't like that. Yeah. So after a little bit of that, then I left from there to start ACU Web.
How did ACU Web start then?
So we were essentially the turn and burn model where we were just constantly trying to find new business. We were getting the first half. Sometimes we were finishing the projects, but it was constantly finding new people. And I didn't want to do that. I'd rather work for a handful of companies for a long time, right? So find somebody, learn their business, work with them as a partner, grow for a long time, right? And currently the business is 20 years old, and the longest active recurring client we have is 18 years.
Oh, wow.
So they've been with us for 18 years, paying every month for our services, for our consulting, our experience. That original owner passed away, I think like 8 years ago, and we still kept that business and work with the new owners and that kind of stuff. So, but the key was that, I mean, literally it was turn and burn. I didn't like the model. Things were getting slow. I missed a paycheck. So I showed up one day in my flip flops. I tossed them the keys and went and did this.
Okay, but so you said that you started ACU Web by yourself, by your own. You were doing the whole thing. You were running
for
sales.
Many years, everything.
For
building
what?
the websites
8
for
years?
No, for years, not 8, for a couple of years, few years.
A couple of years.
I think I hired my first employee. I want to say it was at least 3 or 4 years before I hired my first employee.
And what was the first, like, the employee doing?
Website stuff. Yeah, because we started as a web design, webmaster service company. We were a digital marketing company till later on. And I can remember that when it was just me, I can remember it was crazy the first month that we made $10,000 in a month, which isn't a big number for a company anymore, or even then, right? But like that moment, I was like, oh, it's just me and I'm actually doing it. I didn't know about taxes as much then, so I owed a lot of taxes afterwards. But yeah, they'll get you. But like those kind of milestones, right? And then the first employee was a good milestone. And then getting into the office and having more employees. I think the most we've ever had at one time is 12.
Okay. Talking about office. So you started this at your house, or did the ACU Web started at your house?
A few years in, I went and started working in an office. A friend had a nice office. He was a mortgage guy. He had several offices, and he had a really nice corner office with a window that was open. So I rented it from him for a couple of years, and then hired that person. He was part of it, and then I was there for a few years, and then we moved to Rock Creek, where we're at now. We've been here. I guess it was only like 3 years then, because we've been here for almost 17 years, I think. 16 or 17 years we've been in this complex.
Wow.
We were in the suite above, and then we moved down to the suite next door, and then we moved into this suite. So we've been right here.
Why moving, though?
Bigger, one of it.
Okay.
So the first move, this was like a 500 square foot like open space, which was pretty cool. And then we moved down to a bigger one. And then we were in that one. And this one's only slightly bigger. But the people that are here had remodeled everything. And then they outgrew it. So they moved. And they're like, hey, we have to move. So if you move into our office for the next 3 months and then take over the lease, we'll pay your rent for the next 3 months.
Oh, that's
the floors had just been redone. The paint had just been redone. I was like, okay, we're moving. Which is, even moving from door to door is a pain in the butt. But we did it.
But you made it, though. And it's been here 17 years, so that's great.
Yeah, we've been around here for, yeah.
Okay, so when you had your team, coming back to that, I mean, how do you manage the team? Did you ever manage a team, or Were you
I
good at
managed the
that?
team very poorly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, to be honest, in the beginning, I just hired people I knew or people that came to me were cool and were kind of friends. We'd kind of get work done. We'd get work in. We'd get it done. Like now, I mean, you're involved in now. You're taking it over. We have we have auto tasks for ticketing. We have software. We have systems. We have process documents. We didn't have any of that stuff. Like we literally just did it. And then the team was doing well. We kind of peaked. I started playing video games.
Okay.
And so for like 5 years, like the company just ran itself while I played video games.
Okay. Well, technically that means that you have a good team.
Yeah, but there was no things would fall through the
living.
crack. There was stress. There was not a lot of accountability. Then we went into COVID, right? Which I think is one of those questions you mentioned is coming up. And we were doing good at the beginning of COVID because everybody's trying to do marketing. Like we transitioned about halfway through the company into doing more digital marketing, which we do. So we were doing good in the beginning because people were trying to market their business, right, and grow. But then towards the end of that, when things started getting really bad, I'd been cruising for so long that we didn't have enough new leads, sales coming into the pipeline that we dropped way down in sales. So that's when I kind of had to snap out of it. So like 21, 22, when COVID was kind of wrapping up, like I really had to snap out of it. Got a business coach for a while, started creating processes. A couple of the guys that were here were good friends of mine, are still good friends of mine. They still do work for me. They still do their own things. We could still have a beer together. But when we really started to organize it, we kind of started learning what was a good fit and what was not a good fit. And so things kind of changed once we processed it. But
so now you would say their company was running good, but then probably the process was the one that wasn't working anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. We were just getting, referral business because the guys that were there, don't get me wrong, like Dan especially was really good with customer service. Like he kept people happy. He was very responsive. He was very nice. He was great to deal with. John did a good job on building the websites and doing the work. But there's a lot of other components to it where it was literally for several years, it was 3 of us. And mostly the 2 of them were carrying the load. And we were all doing all kinds of different jobs, right? So one of the big changes when things shifted is now there's 6 people in the company plus you that have specific roles. One for websites, one for video, one for pay-per-click. Specialized people doing their jobs with processes that they follow, KPIs and expectations. I think that was a big change in the company for us, at least in what we deliver to our customers.
So you would say that is what has kept ACU Web relevant in the process? Like, it's hard to have a business or run a business.
Relevant is relative, I guess I should say, right? Okay. So in digital marketing, you're what's going to keep ACU Web relevant, right? We did a lot of pay-per-click, SEO, website stuff, which was amazing for a long time. Like we had a client, the one that we've had for 18 years, for a while, if you typed in dental implants anywhere in the US, he was number 1.
Oh.
Right, which is huge.
Wow.
But it was a very different game than you do it now. It's way more people doing it. It's way more saturated. So a lot of the stuff that we used to do, and some that we still do for customers, has changed a lot. And it's not as effective as it used to be. Together, trying to reinvent what we're offering, right? And that's where kind of like, you don't have to get into here, but that's where kind of like the real voice product and really focusing more on like good quality content, stuff like this, and then how to distribute that content is way more important than like pay-per-click and stuff like that, because it's a lot harder to get good results like we used to.
Okay, so you would say that you focus kind of going through the process in the team, but also seeing what kind of production or things you're offering. Yeah, it could be easier and relevant
it kind of came from the same thing, right? So when we were just doing work and keeping people around and people would come and go, we didn't know what was working and what was not. So once we had processes and we started doing much better reporting for our clients and for ourselves, we could see what things were working and not. And that's what kind of drives that decision to do different things.
So the hardest season of ACU Web, let's say, of the work would be COVID, or when that happened?
Probably the hardest season for the company was the easiest season for me. That's when I spent like 5 years playing video games while they did all the work, right? That's not good for the company. That was hard for the company. And they I would do the sales. I would go to BNI. I would do the networking, but I didn't do client work. I didn't like hold meetings to keep them accountable. So it wasn't that I didn't work at all, but I just kind of did the sales part of it only. But yeah, as far as like financially, I hate to admit it, but there was a year right after COVID where I didn't pay myself for the whole year.
Oh, wow.
Because our cash got so low, our cash flow got so low. The team was getting paid. Nobody got fired. Nobody got laid off. No bills were ever late. Like we've always made our obligations, except for my check sometimes. That's kind of my job, right?
So then COVID time was not that bad. It was just
the tail end of COVID was bad. Yeah, going into COVID, like we were doing good.
And in that season, did you ever consider giving up?
I have considered giving up.
What changed that, though?
No, hold on. I've considered giving up at least a few times a month the entire time I've had this company. It's hard.
Yeah, it's
Like
hard.
it can be, and it's the story I like to tell is there's a day where I went into Dan when he was here and I was like, hey, we can hire this guy. We just closed this deal. And I walk back to my desk to sit down. I open up my email. And I look at it for a second. And literally 30 seconds later, I walk back. I say, don't hire that guy. We just lost this client. So it's a wash. You know what I mean? So like literally like an emotional roller coaster within 30 seconds. Like, oh, dude, we just closed a deal that's going to let us hire a full-time person. So you know it's a good sized deal. And then to come back and be like, oh, this one that's similar size is now leaving. Like the company is a wash. Like we didn't lose. We're making the same amount of money, but like it was like up and down, up and down. So that emotional roller coaster. And then I've never really been like sitting in a corner going, I can't do this anymore. I need to quit type. You know what I mean? It's just crossed my mind. Like, should I get a job? Should I do something else? Should I stop doing this? Like as an entrepreneur, you constantly have those kind of doubts about yourself, imposter syndrome. So that stuff's always there. But the perseverance, I think, has kind of kept us around for 20 years. Not my business savvy.
I was just going to ask how you deal with that. You say perseverance, but how you, I mean, that sounds amazing. Like perseverance, you can do this, but I mean, it's hard.
Bury it.
Bury
it and don't deal with it.
Eat fries.
Eat fries. Drink.
Mini tacos.
Mini tacos. No, I think it's like golf, which you don't play, but golf.
I don't play.
When you hit a good shot, you want to, or gambling. When you hit a good shot or you win a big win, I don't know any stuff, but when you get a big win, you're excited about it. When you go down, you're like, dude, I hate this stupid game. But then you get a good shot right after that. So you're like, so those kind of highs keep you going, and then the lows.
Yeah.
And then in the last few years, really having better reporting and watching the numbers better and kind of seeing like planning better and kind of having averages and kind of seeing how things are flowing. It's a lot easier to deal with a loss in a client or to accept a win when you kind of know how it goes. Like, you know, you kind of expect things to go like, you know, how long your retention for a client is, right? So you kind of know that if on average it's a year, right? Like we might have one for 18 years, we might have one for 6 months. Minimum's like 6 months, right? But let's say we know that most of the newer people stay for a year, let's just say. Then we're not really terribly surprised when one leaves in a year. We're ready for it. So it kind of softens the blow.
When how it works, I mean, probably it's like in investing, right? Too. Like the market goes like this every time. So you have to be like, okay.
You can't have emotional responses. You need to have a plan and a long-term vision. And do it. Or try. Try. Constantly trying and constantly learning.
Okay. So that's what you have been doing, or
so after the year of no money, right? I started to get more active in the community, the chamber. I started reading more books, coach, did some like EO learning programs, mentor programs. Just try to learn more, right? I'm still not great at this. I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm still
he's
not
great at that. Yeah, he's great.
No.
Okay.
So trying to build like the local relationships and build the knowledge and just constantly learning is how I tried to rebound from that. And we had like after the year of no monies, whatever, we like doubled in revenue after that, and then we had like 30% growth and like 30% growth at 40. I think we're gonna be kind of flat this year, but once we started putting energy, the change is part of it. Yeah. But there's learning there and there's transition there, but that learning has shown in the revenue, right? And it has a good trajectory.
So you would say like it was like an investment to your own company, technically. I mean, it sucks not paying yourself, but
yeah, it was a reality check investment. Yeah.
Reality check, but yeah, I mean that worked. Well, it's working, so that's nice though. Yeah. It's what keeps the whole thing.
Well, you keep the whole thing here, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you better be.
I better be. Yeah, I will. We'll keep doing this. But amazing. Talking to you as a leader. So what do you learn as a leader, or what do you have been figuring out of all the situation in this business?
The person I'm working with now at Phoenix, Angel, he has a servant leadership mentality. And that's where you're just trying to help people grow and do what they need to do and be better. And I've learned like you can't do it yourself. You need the team, right? Our team is amazing. And without them, we're nothing. I mean, I think it's really just what I'm trying now, especially with like you. Like I think there's times where you may not like it, but you'll ask me like, how do I handle this? I'm like,
just figure
here's what I mean, like here's some direction, but find out and then talk to me, ask me, right? I don't want to just say go do what I did, because it might not be right? Even in my home life with my son, in business, the one thing that I'm trying to personally be better at, and I'm not saying I'm good at it, but try to be mindful of it, is like my way doesn't have to be the only way. As long as both of us understand the goal and like you're trying and you're not making the same mistakes over and over again, then let's see if your way works. Do it your way. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna call you on it. We're gonna do it my way. But but I want you to try it your way first.
Okay.
Because I don't know, especially like you coming in, you're younger, you're more in tune with what's going on out there. Obviously older,
kind of.
Not in tune with that stuff, right? So like trying to let you shape how we are helping companies market themselves and build their content with my experience and guidance. Like there'll be times I was like,
totally,
I love that, but that's gonna like ruin us, or that's gonna this obstacle is gonna come up, or this pitfall or whatever. So like how would you deal with it or whatever? So trying to like give you advice but not tell you what to do, because then I might as well be doing it myself, right? So I want you to do it your way and learn from it and grow from it, and allow for, like with you coming into the business, and I mentioned it's kind of flat. Even if we take a hit, as long as the bills get paid, I'm okay with that, as long as you're learning through it and then we start to come out of it and grow, right? Because you're not going to, if I just give you a checklist and you just do it as the leader of the company, it's different as somebody that's doing a specific job within the company. You need to follow those procedures, right?
Yeah.
But you're supposed to lead the vision and the growth of the company. So I need to let you spread your wings and be creative. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that also, I mean, we always think that leaders or top minds, CEOs are like the ones that are just got your finances or numbers. But I feel like it's being creative and figure out how to solve
terrible
every
with
problem.
The numbers. What
Me too.
This is why I have a CPA. Oh, great. Now we're both terrible with the numbers.
That's why we have CPA.
This is exactly, well, that's another part of it, right? Lucia, have a CPA.
Thank you so
have
much.
somebody that helps you with that stuff. Like, I mean, she's really had to call me many times and be like, you need to pay this, you need to do this, whatever. So yeah, it's important.
Okay, that's nice. I totally get what you mean. Like, I mean, that's when we come for authenticity. What are we trying to do, right? Every business, every person is different. So
yeah, why hire you to shape the services and the stuff that we're doing if I'm just going to tell you what to do? Because it's going to be what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm boring.
It's boring.
She's not wrong.
I mean, no.
It's true.
If you just do that, I mean, if you don't have that creative space a little bit or room of raising your voice, right? I mean, it's thank you for that, though. So now coming back to Inland Empire, the Inland Empire. I mean, when you thought about creating this business, why do you make it here?
The true answer is I was living in San Diego, and when we were picking where to start the business, settle down, and it wasn't really like, where are we going to start this business? We did strategically pick, but my wife's father, Dr. Madison, knows a lot of people. I was born and raised here. So we figured if we're going to start a business, let's go back to the community that we have roots in and grow from there. And that's what we did.
And talking about community, what do you think this community, like the Inland Empire, has like on special? Like, what makes special the Inland Empire?
Diversity for sure, right? Like there's a lot of cities within the Inland Empire that are very diverse and very different, but all kind of the same. We're all from the same area, and we have a lot of similar traits, right? Riverside's its own thing. We're kind of the hub of the county. We're a big city. It's a small town. Like a lot of people know everybody. There's a lot of families that go way back to the original, like orange money, citrus money, and stuff like that. So I think that the one thing that's kind of been hitting me lately is I'll be driving in the morning or at sunset to go somewhere, and like the palm trees and the beautiful colors in our sky, like it's really gorgeous out here. But I think that we're also growing really fast. We're one of the fastest growing counties in like the country, like in the top 10. So there's a lot of opportunity. I think a lot of good people. Like I don't think we're like corruption or clickiness and stuff like that. And I don't think like I'm sure that exists everywhere. I mean, honestly, that stuff's happening everywhere. But I think a lot of people in Riverside especially have good intentions and want good for their community.
Okay. So you think that's what makes special?
That's part of it. Yeah. I mean, from a business standpoint, our Riverside, why Riverside is special, we have our own utility company. So we have some of the cheapest rates in Southern California. We have good access to water. We have a city and a city council and a city manager that are pro-business. We have one of the best chambers, I think, around. That's super involved with the business, the community. It's brought a lot of great things to the city. So from a business standpoint, it's a really great place to set up shop.
I agree with that. I mean, I kind of have been looking at that in that point because I mean, I thought United States, like the best places to do business was like New York, Los Angeles.
That'd be so hard.
All crowded.
Yeah, think about it. Like you'd be one of 500 businesses doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other thing is we're small. I mean, there's only 350,000 people in Riverside.
More landscape.
I was at a meeting today, and we're off Brockton and Arlington right here. You kind of picture it, right? You know where the plaza's at. So over to like the plaza, and then kind of in that area right there, over the freeway, there's 1,044 businesses in this small area.
Wow.
That's like a few square miles in Riverside. So
1,000 is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, then probably I feel like our Inland Empire is more like an entrepreneurish.
There's a lot of that,
right?
I think. Yeah, like 80 or 90% of the businesses that are registered with the city are like small businesses. So, I mean, there's some big businesses, but there's definitely a lot of small businesses.
Talking about community, talking about Inland Empire, I know you are in an I for Veterans, which I actually didn't know you were part of until I read your LinkedIn description, and I was like, wait.
It's at this point, it's basically my nonprofit now. I'm the president.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I just took it over last year for our 10th year. It was run by Mike, Terry, Dan Rios, Thomas J, and a few other people like founded it 10 years ago, and they were all super active with it. And then Mike gave me the chance to run it for our 10th year. We did really well, and I'm continuing to run it. Our event is October 17th.
What is the Night for Veterans, though?
We have a dinner once a year. We raise money to help homeless veterans. Last year, we raised $72,000, and we're donating $40,000 to U.S. vets who helps homeless veterans.
Okay, that's good. A great cause. Is there any other thing you're doing for the community, or that you're involved? How you're involved in Inland Empire?
I do a lot of chamber stuff.
Okay.
That's the only nonprofit I'm currently involved in. I was on the board for what's now NORA, the Rape Crisis Center. So I served on that board for many years, and I enjoyed that. But outside of that, it's really just I'm the chair for Business in Action in the chamber. I'm the VP of Economic Development for the Magnolia Business Council. I'm on the Magnolia for the city. Roblard appointed me to the Magnolia Business Task Force, where we start talking about how to improve this area. I'm part of the city's general plan committee, which is planning the next up to 2050, what the city's going to look like what zoning for trees and buildings and signs and stuff like that. So I'm on that. So just a bunch of stuff like that I've been doing. And it's only been in the last 3 years. I've been a chamber member since 2005. So for 20 years. Wow. Yeah. And I went for the first year and I didn't do a lot. I did some mixers. I made some money and then I kind of stopped going. Fast forward to 3 or 4 years ago, I did a hike. I went to something I got invited to, ended up doing a hike with the chamber president, learning more about the chamber, and got super involved from there. Maybe not super involved because there's some people that are super involved, but I'm pretty involved. But those opportunities have really broadened my connections, right? Before 5 years ago, I couldn't have talked to a lot of important people in this town. I'm not saying this as a braggy thing. I just want people to when you get involved in the community, you start networking, you start opening doors and connections. And I could literally call the mayor right now. I could call the chief of police, the chamber president, and not that they're going to necessarily do what I need, and maybe half the time they'll answer. Yeah, right. But there are connections that if I have something, I can go talk to them. The chief is amazing. He was on the podcast. He was like our second guest. I think maybe the first one I aired, but the second one I filmed. And he's super cool. He would actually answer. He's called me on a Saturday morning, and he's the kind of guy where I'm like, bro, you're the chief of police. I'm just a knucklehead. Why do you even give me the time of day? But he's the kind of person where you build those connections, and he'll one of our class projects for Leadership Riverside, I needed to talk to him as part of our thing. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. Hit me up. And he's in Colorado for a trade show. And he goes out into the lobby and sits in the lobby and has a, phone Zoom with me and somebody else for 30 minutes. And then when he gets back, he gets his PR team to film a video for me so we can put it in our presentation. And that's an example of not my influence on him. It's the kind of leader, when you ask about that, that's the kind of leader he is, where he sees an opportunity to help. He's going to make time to help and to help the community in that way and reach out, even though he's got a bazillion other things to do as the chief of a huge police department. So
that's nice. So then you would just say that your life totally changed when you get involved in the community.
I don't know if your life totally changed. Maybe it's happened.
And as a person.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Differently,
right?
Yeah.
It's like anything though, getting involved in the chamber, getting involved in anything. If you just show up and do the minimal, you're not getting anything out of it, right? It's the old, you get out what you put in kind of a deal. So if you show up and you put in the work and you're not there to be transactional, which is where you're just showing up to get a deal and then you don't care. If you go there, and that's something when Nick, the chamber president, was on here, one of the things we talked about is the one thing I learned when I first joined, I was trying to get leads and deals. That was it. And then when I came back around, I started realizing what kind of connections and relationships you can build. And that was more of the focus for me. I didn't really care if we got deals or not. I have a deeper meaning for wanting to do this stuff, but the deals didn't matter as much, and then the connections formed from that. And when I do something for somebody in the chamber, I'm not expecting anything back, and that's how you build those relationships.
Okay, that's nice. So you would say just get involved to the community, just help me, and it will come
do something
to you
that
at
you
some point,
like.
right?
Don't like find things that you're interested in and things that you want to help with, like Knife for Vets. That's a cause that I want to support, right? Don't just do it to do it,
because
do it to make a difference and to do good, and it comes back around. That's
a great philosophy in life, and I totally agree with that, because I've seen that though. I mean, when you less expect the community to give back, just everything can happen. Life is so random, for real. But I have a question. With all this that you do, and then running a business, and then being a father, a husband, everything, how do you have time? I mean, how do you run your schedule? I will
very badly.
ask.
So much. Like I miss meetings and stuff like that, but to an extent. Okay. It's not that crazy anymore.
No?
Well, especially with you kind of coming in.
Oh, wow.
And you're coming in because not only do I had an opportunity to work at this manufacturer and to learn a whole new different type of marketing. So I took that, but I wanted to hold on to something I built for 20 years. So I have a full-time job now, which is the first time in 20 years, right? I literally have worked myself for 20 years. Have the company that you're running to the day-to-day, have the nonprofit, and I still hang out with my family. I think it's just that relying on other people has allowed me to have more time. Okay. Right? Like I'm not crazy busy all the time. Like I go home and I have dinner with my family, watch TV, go to sleep. Like I don't start working again like a lot of people after dinner.
How you do that?
How do I not do that?
Yeah. Like how do you like, okay, it's easier.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, we were messaging till 8:00 last night about things, right? Yeah. So I still, and something that I've always done in my business is not for everybody, but for the majority of people that I work with, like my cell phone's there. If they message me, I'm going to respond as quick as I can. If I'm sitting on the couch, especially because I'm not really doing anything. Rycon, when his site went down, we were sitting down for dinner at like 7 and he called. I took the call, right? Because his site's down. We want to help him. So by doing little things like that, though, I can not necessarily have to do something during the, like, it's spreading out the time, right? Not trying to squeeze everything together, I guess. So it's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of things I should be doing more of. Right. Like Knife for Vets is an example where our event's 2 months away. There's a lot of things that are stressing me out right now that I need to get done. But I just have to like compartmentalize it and try to get it done. Okay. Do you have an agenda? No. Get an agenda. For my day-to-day? Yeah. Yeah, I've been told that a lot. So the coach tried to get me to build out too. I know you have it. Yeah. And I applaud that for you, and I hope you embrace it and do it. I have like more than 5 notebooks everywhere. You know, I'm a grandma. That's a lot, though. The pendulum is swung to the other side of crazy. Like here's my side of crazy, and here's your side of crazy. Yeah, you need to be somewhere over here, and in time. Anytime. But that's another trait that made me want to let you do this, right? Because you have a different kind of organization ability than I've had. I've never been well organized. I've never been well structured. I'm just a see it and get it done kind of person. But it's just somewhat reactive, right? Like not as planned out. So, but I mean, it's great too that you don't have this mindset of perfectionism or like, because I mean, at the end, then you'll never do something because you're just thinking. Perfection is the enemy great, something like that. You overanalyze, overthink it, and then you don't get it done, right? We've had that conversation. So you've got to. Sometimes you just gotta. You know what? And I definitely should be more perfectionist, more of a perfectionist. Organizer. More, but like for me, like if I see it and I'll tackle it and I'll just try to get it done. And it might be 80% as good as it should have been, but it got done. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that's a philosophy everybody should live by, but like, I think that it's important to get it done, to get in there and get it done. Yeah. And then you can always correct things or adjust things depending on what it is. I'm not a heart surgeon. Like if I don't get it right, nobody's dying. You know what I mean? So but if I don't do it, it's definitely not going to happen. So I'd rather get it out there and build on it, improve it, than not have it. Like have it perfect in my mind and on paper, and then try to execute it. And it still might not work, right? Because it's only perfect conceptually. I'd rather just try it and adapt as we go. I would totally agree with that. I mean, you just have to do it. Like, you're going to have to learn it, though. You got to get to it. You'll agree with it, but you got to get to it. Because you definitely, analyze it. We can ask who's Austin, but we can't ask who's Alondra. Who's Alondra, by the way? We'll tell us about Alondra. About that in another episode. You should tell us a little bit about yourself, though, since you're now the host and person running ACU Web. Leave your questions down in the video.
Comment down
Oh,
below.
good
Comment
cop out.
down
I should use
below.
that. I should use that.
Yeah, and also text, like, well, not text, but like comment that Austin do it because he's gonna forget, but he will not forget that way.
Remind me what I need to do.
But you do your questions, and if you have more questions for Austin as well, I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Ask a lot of questions.
In question, talking about leadership, talking about community. I mean, with all this experience you have and everything, do you see yourself as a mentor in a way at some point in life?
I think you can be a mentor to anybody depending on where they're at. Like I want to try to mentor for you, but I also know I'm kind of a bad example too. Just being honest.
Mentor.
Yeah, like half mentor. I can tell you what not to do from bad experiences. So I think that
mentor, yes, good.
I'd like to help people, but I don't think that I'm qualified enough to be like a really good mentor to people.
Perfectionism, coming back again.
No, just maybe imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think everybody should mentor people that they're involved with and try to share their experience. But I think that mentor, I don't know, that's not just something I see myself as, but I'm definitely somebody who wants to try to help people. You better answer that question. Do you see me as a mentor?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm a mentor
I was
then.
like, Austin, I was like, yeah, how do I speak to people? Great question. I mean, our generation is kind of different these days, being honest. Like the way we communicate to each other.
Yeah, but you're way different than your generation too, because they're even more introverted, less communication.
Yes, which I think is something not good for business and
life.
Authentic networking.
It's not good for life.
You know, it's like
it's only good when you're on the internet.
Yeah, it was like you just ask ChatGPT, like, hey, what can I ask?
Yeah.
What can I answer?
Which hey, there's nothing wrong with that. ChatGPT is a great tool. It's very helpful
for work. Yeah,
but don't let it think for you. Like apply your critical thinking after it gives you ideas.
Talking about that, how do you think artificial intelligence is coming into the business, into the game? Like, how would your experience with it? Tell us about it.
It's I've done presentations about it. It's a game changer for our industry. It's a game changer for a lot of industries. It's a game changer for a lot of mid-level clerical type of jobs, but specifically for our industry and for why the real voice shift is something that I was driving towards even before you came on, is that everybody can create AI blog posts, everybody can create AI videos, everybody can create a lot of content, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of really good AI content. There's AI streamers making good money.
Yeah.
You think it's an attractive woman or a handsome guy or whatever that's got all the right characteristics to make you interested, and it's fake, right? So kind of I see that happening more, the deep fake stuff like that. So being able to really put yourself out there in a genuine, authentic way, like we've talked about, and then turn that into a blog post of written content so that Google can read it and know that it's from a real person that has real experience. I think it's going to become more and more valuable, but I think it's going to be a lot harder to compete in our space because a lot of things like websites, I built an amazing app in like 30 seconds the other day playing with AI. Like it's genuinely going to take away a lot of business from our kind of an industry, which is why we need to focus on people that want to resonate with people that want to build personal brands, share their personal message, connect with people on a real level, is where we can help people and where our industry is going to shift more towards. But I mean, there's a whole can of worms with AI, and I'm not too worried about like Terminator stuff or anything like that. But there's, as a business person, if you're not taking advantage of AI, you're way behind, right?
Way behind.
It's replacing search engines. It's going to kill SEO. Guaranteed. Like I can't see any way around of it. It's probably gonna be less than 5 years, because you can ask it legitimate questions, and you need to check your work and stuff like that. But it's not much different than what the search results are, because that's what it's based on, right? So there's so many things that you can ask it. There's so many things you can help it with, and if you have a good idea, enough sense, business knowledge, experience, whatever, to put in a good request, like to really outline what you want, what specifics you need. Switch it to research mode and like really give it time to think. It'll provide you with some really good stuff. And I was thinking about this the other day and thinking about doing a short video about it, and you can use it to give you that stuff, and it can solve that kind of like planning idea stage for you. But like everything, you have to do it. You still have to act, right? It can give you an amazing checklist of things to do, but you still have to do them. And if you don't do them and you don't follow through on it, then it's useless. It's just ideas. I had a friend, Dorian, a really close friend of mine. when we were early on, he had this idea. And I was like, dude, don't tell that to me. Too many people, they're going to steal it. He's like, dude, the ideas are the easy part. People have millions of ideas. It's actually being able to execute and follow through on the idea. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
So like use ChatGPT for ideas and all that kind of stuff and direction and suggestions, but you still have to put in the work.
So coming back to kind of wrapping up the whole thing, your business, your life, everything, what would you suggest to young entrepreneurs?
Advice for entrepreneurs, young people, I would say do it, right? Take the risk. While you're young, you can rebound if it fails. You might do really well if it succeeds, right? Keep in mind, though, if you want to be an athlete, right? Like 80% of business fail in the first few years. Failing is only like really failure if you don't learn from it and you give up, right? Like you don't really fail. You just learn if you keep doing it. So I would say do it. Try to be smart about it. Definitely like be smart about your money. Right? Like if you start winning, don't buy a bunch of stuff. Like save for a rainy day, put some money aside, start investing small amounts very early so that you can retire or have a nest egg so that you can risk more. Like if you have money in the bank, you can risk more in your business, right? Because if you don't get paid that month, you're okay, right? So, but I think the biggest one is really to like, if you have an idea, do it. I've got 2 or 3 ideas that I had when I was younger that I didn't do anything about. I just kind of sketched them or whatever. One of them turned into the vape. Like I drew a vape type idea like long before the vape was there. Not that I knew how to make it happen at the time, but if I thought about it and tried, who knows? It could have whatever. And like anyway, the point though is like if you have an idea, try, do it.
Before somebody else do it.
Yeah. Or even if somebody else has done it, if you have an idea and you're passionate about it, just try it, take the risk. But then once you take the risk, really try to be smart about how you structure your business, what systems you put in place. Like try to make it something that runs without you. Try to make it a system that people can be not interchangeable. Your people are really important. You want to keep in there, but you want to have a system in place so that if somebody moves on or something happens, somebody else can step in and take that role. So
it's like focus on the process, not the people. I mean, because the people
are huge.
Yeah.
Get the right people to help you build out the processes.
We have to have the process first.
But you need
or it's stable at least. What I'm trying to say is like the description of, okay.
Yeah, you need the processes. You need people, you need processes.
The good people.
It'll evolve. Like you need people first. You might not have processes. People can help you define processes, right? Like you need some people that are smart. Get people that are smart around you. Don't let your ego stop you from hiring people. Like protect your stuff, but hire smart, stronger, better people.
Yeah.
Like you want to be the dumbest person in the room in your business. You're winning if that's the case, right?
Totally. I agree with that. Yeah, because you don't know everything or like every area of the business.
Get specialists to do what they do and let them do what they do.
That's a great thing. And talking about young generations, what's something you wish someone had told you before you started the business, like when you were younger?
Probably the systems thing.
The system thing,
like really think about how to make it a system, a machine, and not just a thing you come and do. There's a few, like you got to know your finance systems, you got to know your processes. There's like some core things, like going through, just learn would be it. Like learn more, study more about how a business gets structured and what a business is. It's going to be constantly evolving, constantly learning, but know what kind of basic things should be in place for it to be a business, and then build it with the intention of selling it. You don't have to sell, but if you build it that way, then you're building something that somebody can look at and know is working, right? So it takes systems to do that.
Yeah.
So if you build it that way, it'll be good.
And eventually probably you can grow. Like you can, I mean, if you created that system, you can create another one. I mean, it's like a whole thing. It's like investing.
Your education is an investment that you always get to keep, right? So invest in yourself and your education.
Education. Totally. What would you say to those scared people? Like, I mean, you say just do it, but I mean, I feel like everyone's just scared of failure. Like, how do you stop self-sabotaging yourself?
That's what's good. I don't have an answer for that. You just have to do it. Like if you're too scared to do it, you're just not going to do it. Nobody will fix that for you. You have to just try it. You have to take a risk. I mean, being an entrepreneur is scary. Like it's stressful. Like every night you're wondering if you got the right thing done, if you're doing a good job, if you're leading well, if you're making the right choices. But you just have to keep making decisions and then sticking to them and not looking back.
Looking at this from the other side, what would you say is the best part of being an entrepreneur for you? Like
freedom. Yeah, I've been to all of my son's awards, events, traveled. But the flip side of that freedom too is like you got to self-motivate, right? Like I could have easily, well, like I said, I played video games for a long time, right? That kind of freedom. But it's being your own boss and holding yourself accountable feels good. right? When you're doing well. When you're doing really bad, it can feel really bad. But freedom and the learning and just the growing, the ride, like the ups and downs make like a movie isn't entertaining and fun, exciting, and everything's going well, and then everything's crap and it's terrible, and they got to solve the problem, and they come out of it. It's like that kind of a roller coaster. So
that's nice though. I mean, in everything in life, there's a pro and cons. Like you have to do it.
But you're building something, right? You're not building something for somebody else. You're building something for yourself,
and probably
and
the cons from you as well, right? I mean, that's like a way of showing your authenticity, I guess.
Yeah, you're putting your stuff out there.
Yourself,
and I mentioned earlier, like I had a kind of a deeper reason for the chamber, and it's one of the rewarding things is like with my son, like I'm in the chamber because I want my last name to mean something in the city if he starts a business. I have the business and I want to keep the business growing, but I'm also at the other company because I want to build stability so that when he does need money, it's there. You know what I mean? So it's being able to kind of control your destiny and do things the way you want to do them to an extent. I mean, we're still stuck in the same system, but trying to do your own
control
thing.
Or get or patrimony, I guess.
Yeah, you're accountable to yourself, and that takes. It's not easy to keep yourself motivated. So there's that challenge, and I like challenges, I guess.
That's cool. So, talking about all this life business, what's one tool, habit, or mindset that helps you stay grounded as a business owner?
Appreciation, being appreciative. Just like something I try to tell my son, at least for us, like America, California especially, we are very fortunate to not, I mean, there's people like starving in torn countries and homeless. Like life is genuinely so good. And I don't want to dismiss people that have like mental issues and stuff like that create the negative stuff for them, but like to just feel that it's a blessing to be able to have food, have shelter, have TV, just live without being so low on the pyramid that you're struggling, and appreciating that you get to try to do this stuff. You can try to make money. You live you were fortunate enough to be born into or move into a country where you really do have a lot of opportunity if you put your mind to it and you push for it.
Yeah. What's the one thing you wish more people understood about building a business?
I think that something that I'm learning in recent years that I wish I would have understood earlier, and I kind of alluded to it earlier here, is that there are some core things that apply to every business. Having your bookkeeping in place, having your taxes covered, having your CPA in place, having systems, having your HR, having your onboarding. Like there's core structural stuff to every business that you need to make sure you do if you want to have a business that's going to grow. You can say, like, for years, I thought of myself as a lifestyle business. Like, I enjoyed that I had a lot of free time and we were chilling and we could pay the bills, but we weren't growing and making a lot of money. So I called it a lifestyle business, right? But like having those core things in place are important. And part of why I'm working with Phoenix is they have those things in place and I want to learn from them. So yeah, having those things in place.
For you, what is success for you?
I think success is having a comfortable living, putting savings away. But I think that success for me would be, honestly, this company continuing to grow without me being involved in the day-to-day, with you bringing on more people. If I can see this expand and flourish, and whether I get a check out of it or not is not really the key there. I'm okay. But then, honestly, like if I can maintain what I'm doing with Phoenix and learn from it and learn a whole nother type of marketing that can be shared with you, but to see this company grow and to see you grow and learn and do well would be a success for me, right? Because I jumped into this with nothing. As far as the business is concerned or whatever, not a lot of money either. Like I didn't get loans or investment or anything like that. But then I learned a lot of stuff the hard way. So if I can let you come in 20 years later and start further ahead than I was, but still allow you to learn and figure it out, then that would be a huge win.
We're going to do it. It's going to happen.
You know what failure looks like. No,
and then the team's like, what? No, yeah. Last question. What legacy do you want to leave for your clients, your team, and the Inland Empire, I guess?
The legacy that I want to leave in general is maybe a little bit selfish, but it's more for my son. And I mentioned it, like I want to leave a reputation, which will require that reputation to come through you, through the team, through my community stuff. A reputation that that the last name Coulson is, if you're dealing with a Coulson, it's somebody, and my cousin in Arizona who's similar age to me is the same way. Like if you're dealing with a Coulson, you know that they're gonna be genuine, have good intentions, and do their best to do good for you. So there's somebody that you want to associate with, right?
Yeah.
Which means I want my company to be filled with people that care about their customers, care about doing good. Like I don't want people that are just trying to make a buck and screw people or take money. You know what I mean? Like just do it for the dollar. So and I want, and I think hopefully the team fell. Please. Everybody out there and you, I hopefully have shown that I also don't want it to just be about business. Like I want them to, and you to be somebody that's successful, but also has a balance in their life, has family, can deal with things that comes up. Like it's not all about work, right? It's not, success is definitely not about working 24/7 and making millions of dollars to me. That'd be great. I wouldn't mind millions of dollars.
I wouldn't mind.
Right?
God.
But 24/7, like the dentist that passed away, the client that we've had for 18 years, when he passed away, he was making millions, but he didn't go on vacation. He worked all the time. And then in the last few months of his life, when he was suddenly passing away, he was like, oh, kind of blew it. You know what I mean? Like I missed out on things. So I want a legacy of people that have a good life and are appreciated and also can find financial and professional success and growth. That's what
pretty.
That's what I want.
I like
pretty.
that. It's pretty. I like it.
That's one way to describe it.
But thank you, Austin, for today's talk. I really enjoy this talk. I really learned different things I didn't know about it. The whole thing.
Good or bad.
I hope you guys did too. But tell us before you go. Tell us where can we find you? Your social media.
ACU Web. You don't need to find me. Find ACU Web. You'll see me there. You'll be able to find me through there. But ACU Web is where you need to be found, right? Other guests, great question for them. Show them where to be found.
But you can.
But for us,
him. ACU Web.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Is there something else you want to say to your fans out there?
Mom, thank you for being a fan. I appreciate you.
Okay, great. But well, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys like this video again. Stay tuned for more.
Tradition.
So before we leave, sorry, my first podcast. We have a tradition now with our dog, which is Benji.
Yeah, it's
Benji. I don't know, but okay, it's official. It's Benji.
And then I sign it, right? Here. I show the dog there first.
Okay.
I just sign it, right?
Yes. Sign one of your dollars. Thank you for coming and
switch back.
Thank you. Oh. I'm sorry. You know what? There you go.
On the wall. Look, you can see it on my.
Oh yes. There you go. So next guest.
We're gonna fill this wall up, right?
Oh yes.
We're gonna fill this wall up with fake $100 bills.
Which hopefully will be real one day.
Make it rain.
Again, thank you for watching. We hope to see you again. Hopefully.
Bye. We will see you again.
We will see you again.